I stood there, still in my cap and gown, as applause echoed around the hall. My diploma felt like it weighed a ton, heavier than pride, heavier than joy. All around me, people were crying, hugging, taking photos, celebrating. But where I stood, there was only emptiness. No one by my side. No wife. No daughter. No reason. No message. No call. Just air. I told myself maybe they were running late. Maybe it was traffic. I kept glancing at the entrance, clinging to hope. But then I spotted her best friend across the room, snapping selfies with someone else. And beside her, there she was, my wife, in a dress I hadn't seen before, heels I never bought, posing with a man I didn't know. He was holding my daughter like she was his. I didn't move. I just stared. Then came a light tap on my shoulder. Sir, a man stood there. Early 30s, cheap suit, badge on a lanyard. We need to talk. It's about your wife. That was the moment everything shifted. We met over a decade ago, at a hospital blood drive of all places. I was donating. She was running the event. She smiled. I joked. We clicked. She used to say I made her feel safe, called me too kind for this world. I believed her. Back then, she smelled like cinnamon and laughed like the sun. I married her fast. We had a daughter not long after. It felt like life was finally good. But sometimes, good things don't fall apart. They slowly decay. It started small. Quiet dinners turned quieter. Texts left unanswered. The gym bag she brought home stopped smelling like effort. She began stepping outside to take calls, laughing in a way that used to be just for me. But now it wasn't mine anymore. Once, I found a hotel key in her coat. She said it belonged to a friend. Accused me of being paranoid. Said I needed help. So I took her advice. I got help. And I got smart. That man at graduation wasn't a cop. Not exactly. He worked with the state. He told me my wife's name came up during a broader investigation. Financial crimes, laundering, fraud. I should have felt shocked. Instead, I felt vindicated. That hotel key led me to a second phone. The second phone led me to hidden bank records, voice messages, pictures. Her with that same man, the one from graduation, Brian Winters, recently indicted. Everything fell into place. She didn't just betray me. She built a new life, replaced me in it, and pretended I'd never existed. So I made a plan. First, I played the fool. I brought home flowers. Apologized for being distant. Let her think I was clinging. Meanwhile, I mirrored her phone. Every message she sent, every password she typed. I had it. Then I contacted the state's office. Told them I'd work with them. Shared all the mirror data. I became their inside man, smiling across the table while feeding them everything. Next came the financial cleanup. I shifted my assets, sold off things quietly, and moved money into a trust. Only for my daughter. I filed for full custody behind the scenes, citing concern over her involvement with criminal activity. All I needed was undeniable proof. She handed it to me. One weekend, I faked a business trip, left my car at the airport, and returned in a rental, parked a few houses away, and waited. I watched as Brian pulled into my driveway. My daughter's bedroom light was still on. They didn't even close the blinds. I filmed it all, the kisses, the drinks, the envelope she gave him, with the bank records. That video was enough to tie her directly to the criminal case. The state didn't hesitate. But I held back, waited for the right stage. Graduation day. A full audience. Cameras. Families. The perfect moment. She spotted me walking toward her, her smile faltering. "Why didn't you call?" she asked. Her voice was light, but her eyes were afraid. "We thought we'd surprise you," she said. She even tried to smile. I handed her an envelope. Custody petition. Served. And behind me, 2 state officers stepped up. One moved to Brian, the other to her. No shouting, no scene, just firm hands, quiet words. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just stared at me, stunned. I nodded once. That was all. In court, the story finished writing itself. She lost custody, lost her job. Brian flipped on her during questioning to save himself. She got a minimum 6-year sentence. She tried writing from prison. I never replied. I told my daughter bits and pieces, just enough for her to feel safe, to remember her mother with kindness, not facts. Now, I sit in the quiet of our new home. My daughter sleeps upstairs. I drink my coffee in the dark, and I feel nothing but clarity. Not anger, not vengeance, just peace. They mistook my silence for softness, thought it meant surrender, but silence is where I prepare. And when I strike, I make sure it's the last move. I stood alone that day, but today I stand steady. Not broken, not bitter, just free,